Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldus and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show.
Alright, here we are, Bass Pro Tawasin, another Friday Night Flies. So this week I got something a little bit fun that I've been kind of messing around on. If you've been checking out our Facebook page, you've probably seen this one. I would definitely get on our Facebook page and give us a follow. Miss out on some pretty cool stuff if you're not on there. We post flies and videos and photos and all sorts of different stuff, so definitely check us out. So I've been tying up this crazy little pink fly. A lot of different colors and variations, definitely worth checking out. Give you a close-up of some of these in a little bit here. So yeah, let's head on down and get going. Alright, so there it is, this crazy little pink fly I've been messing around with. Like I said, I'm tying it up in a bunch of different variations. There's another one there, a lot more pink. We got some silver bodies with some orange. What else we got here? Green bodies with some UV2 schlopping, which is kind of cool. I even just tied up this one here just for the hell of it. So I got some EP fibers in there. Streamer brush short fibers, which are kind of cool. In the chartreuse around the head with some double lead pupil eyes, which are kind of neat. So again, you kind of vary this however you want. It's kind of fun and super easy to tie. You can knock out a whole bunch of them in no time at all. So let's pop this guy out of the vise and let's throw our hook in. So this is a Umpqua U503 size 6. Kind of a cool little hook, super sharp, so they're going to be really sticky. I've got some UTC 70 Ultra Thread in chartreuse. And since it is a return bend on the eye there, we're going to put a bunch of wraps at the front there just to kind of close that up, make sure everything's nice and secure. So a few of these materials I picked up when when Brad was down last week. We were kind of messing around, terrorizing the town of Langley there, terrorizing the villagers, as he was saying, all weekend, which was kind of fun. So I'm just going to take my thread back to about the hook point. I'm going to give it a counterclockwise spin because I want to create a little bit of a tag on here. So all that spin does is kind of flattens my thread out a bit. I'm just going to go over that a couple times, just kind of make a little hot spot. Then I've got some Superfly Antron yarn in fluorescent yellow. Just a sec here, let me shut that radio off. And basically all I'm going to do, cut myself a little strand off of there. I'm going to double it over the thread there. I'm going to wind that up and place it right on top of the hook shank. I'm just going to secure that with a couple of wraps there, if it wants to grab. There we go. Just a couple wraps, make sure it's in there nice and solid. This is going to create our tail. I'm going to take my thread up right to where that return ends. And I'm just going to pull that back and I'm going to trim that a little bit past the hook bend there. I'm going to save that clump there for another fly. Now I've got some UTC Ultra Wire small fluorescent chartreuse. This stuff is pretty killer. This is going to be the rib of our fly. I'm going to tie this on my side to kind of fill in that gap that's going on there with that return bend. So we're just going to tie that in, lock it down, wrap that guy back right to that tag. We're going to take our thread back forward. Kind of flirting with danger there. Hopefully I got enough of that wire. Then I've got some large hollow tinsel in silver. That's going to be our main body. Again, you can mix this up. I've been doing it with some sparkle braid and stuff like that in various different colors for the body. It's kind of fun to mess around with. You never know how much pink the pink salmon are going to want, or which color pink. Even sometimes they want orange and yellows and reds and chartreuses, so definitely play around with this one. Just tie that back, take that thread up almost to where we tied in everything. And we're going to wrap this body up. It's just overlapping turns, a little bit at a time, all the way forward. And away we go here. And right to my thread. I'm going to catch that in. A couple turns to secure it. Over wrap it a couple times, trim that away. Alright, now we're going to counter wrap that body with our rib, just to kind of protect a little bit. So full turn at the back, some big open spiral turns. We have 4 to 6 wraps. Seems to do the trick. There's number 6, kind of catch that in. A couple wraps in front. That's a little too short to helicopter off, so I'm just going to snip it away. If you do that, make sure you flatten it down there. Make sure the tail's sitting how I want it. Right on. And then somewhere here, me and Brad were terrorizing those shops. I found these bead chain eyes, which are pretty awesome because I haven't seen them in this color before. They're just from Superfly, an older product. Got them on sale. Hot pink, which is kind of cool. So I've cut those down into just one on each side. I'm gonna lock that in right on top there. Really secure that nice and good. Just make sure those are sitting all right. There we go. These pink eyes kind of had a cool dimension to it. There was 2 packs in the shop when we were there. I only bought the 1. Kicking myself now. I should have bought that second pack. Alright, so now that those are in, take my thread back a little bit there. And I've got some hot pink chenille here. I think it's a medium or small size. Don't really know. It's one of those old pieces that I've had kicking around, so I've lost the packaging for it. So that I'm just going to tie in. Don't need much of this. I'm going to go about 1.5 turns here. Just kind of create a platform for a bucktail to stand up on. Just kind of lock that down. Trim that away. Alright. Now I've got my Superfly Select Bucktail. Got it in white. This is going to be our underwing. So I just need a little bit here. I don't need much. Just a small clump, like I said. I'm just going to quickly align all those tips. Don't have to be perfect. Fish don't mind. That's probably good enough there. And this, I want it to extend just a little bit past that tail there. So again, just going to tie that in on top. Make sure that's sitting how we want it. Nice and sparse. Trim that away. That's not good. Just cut a little bit off of there, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And just tie that in on top there. Careful not to trim away any, like I just did. I'm going to wrap that back to the chenille. That's going to help it stand up nice and tall. Alright. Now, I've got my hot pink Select Bucktail from Superfly. This stuff is awesome. We've got them in a few different colors here. Don't break the bank either, and you get a huge chunk of bucktail, as you can probably see there. Alright, so again, just going to clean that up quickly. Even out those tips. Again, they don't have to be perfect. And this I'm going to extend a little bit further than the white. And we're just going to tie that on top. Get it in place. Grab all these stragglers. We're going to trim those all away. Alright. Now for our collar, I've got some fluorescent shrimp pink schlappen. Again, this is one of the spots where you can really vary this pattern. I've done it with orange, I've done it with red, I've done it with fluorescent hot pink, I've done it with hot pink. You name it, any of the colors, you never quite know what the fish are going to bite on. So I'm going to tie that in by the tip. And I'm going to double that tip back over, just to stop it from slipping while I'm winding it. I'm just going to trim that away. And you can vary this as well. You can go as sparse or as heavy as you like. I like it kind of somewhere in between. So about 4 to 6 wraps. 2, 3. Really varies on the feather. There's number 4. Alright. Wiggle my thread through there. Try not to trap too much. Just tie that down. Pull everything back. Give it a few securing wraps in front. Alright, now I'm just going to advance, crisscross my thread up to the front. I'm going to build up a nice little hot spot, nice green head here. Doesn't have to be too crazy big, just something for some contrast. Something for those fish to hone in on. Grab my whip finisher there, and we're just going to finish off the fly. So like I said, super easy fly to tie. You can knock these out pretty quickly. And I'm going to finish this one with something new that I just picked up yesterday. If I can cut that away there. This Loon water-based head cement. This stuff is kind of cool. I've seen it in a few videos. Finally found some at a shop here in Vancouver, so I'm just going to put a little dab on there. This stuff dries totally clear. Goes on white so you can kind of see where you put it. Put some under the eyes there. It seeps into the thread wraps, which is kind of nice. Just kind of coat that up a little bit just to protect it. So yeah, that's my little pink killer. I'm calling this one the Pink Reaper. Again, definitely vary around with those patterns, play with it. Like I said, there's one in orange with that UV2 pink schlopping. Give me a sec here. Whatever, I don't have a UV light here. Maybe when I do my next tutorial, I'll have this in the vice weight and I'll show you what it looks like under UV light. So yeah, tie some up, pretty killer pattern, and we'll see you back in a bit with another pattern. Alright, there you have it, our Pink Reaper fly. Pretty easy little pattern, like I said. Easy one to fill your box up with. So like I said, definitely hit us up on Facebook. Check out our page there, give us a follow. Check out all our photos and videos and stuff like that. If you got any suggestions for the show, please write them down. We want to hear from you guys. Yeah, so we'll see you on round 2 for my next fly. I'm actually going to do 2, but I'll show you guys what this guy looks like under UV light when I get back. Alright, see you in a bit.